Hello and welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Rory Graham and I'm your host, and today we have the pleasure of having with us David McCormick from the David McCormick Law Group. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to be here today.
I was going to say you're from Virginia Beach, but you've got law offices everywhere.
Well, that's correct. We have 5 offices in
Right.
the peninsula and this side, and we have proudly served a number of clients, almost 17,000 over 2 decades.
Okay, all right. Well, why don't you just let's start off with an overview of what is the David McCormick Law Group?
Well, we're trying to define that ourselves.
Okay.
No, we're so committed to helping people, and the 2 major areas we practice in are family law and bankruptcy law, and those are really tough situations for people to undergo, and so we really take control over those cases and make sure we have the best possible outcome for the clients.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about bankruptcy for a second. Who is a candidate for that? Who could benefit from filing bankruptcy?
Well, over the years, there's about 3 or 4 categories that clients typically fit into. One is the economic devastation and job loss, where someone that had consistent income no longer has income.
That happened a lot recently.
Oh, tremendously. And the bill collectors, they don't stop. The payments are still due. So that's one category. We've seen a number of clients with huge major medical bills that very few Americans are prepared when they get a $25,000 or $50,000 bill. They have no chance. Their choices are, do I do bankruptcy or do I not have money for my family and food and very important things? And so that's a category. And we also see the fallout of divorce itself, because you divide 2 incomes often into one, and that could lead to bankruptcy. And sometimes folks just don't make strong economic financial decisions, and they're overwhelmed, and we could tremendously help them and give them a brand new start.
Okay, and now there's different kinds of bankruptcy, right? You hear about Chapter 11 or...
Yeah, we are focused on consumer or personal bankruptcy, and there's 2 major types.
Okay.
There's the Chapter 7.
Okay.
And that eliminates all the unsecured debt. That's like credit cards and medical bills and payday loans. And then there's a Chapter 13. Those are folks whose income is above a certain level, or they're folks that want to save their house through foreclosure, or they're about to have a car repossessed. So there's different reasons people file, but I'd say about 80-90% of our practice is Chapter 7. The remainder is at Chapter 13.
Okay. So when you help someone with bankruptcy, when does the creditor call stop?
That's a great question.
I bet people really want to know that.
Well, no doubt about it, because that's tremendous stress. That's a lot of pressure. A lot of times when folks are, have a lot of debt, they'll get lawsuits. They'll get garnishments. So creditors have no rights to collect money or discuss the financial situation with an individual as soon as the bankruptcy is filed. So we'll complete the processing internally. We'll put it in the United States Bankruptcy Court. And with the case number, that's kind of like an order, hands off. These folks have used their constitutional rights to clear out all the debts. So that's when the calls stop. And that same garnishments is another big question. We usually recover all the funds that have been garnished, and garnishments stop the day or 2 after the bankruptcy is filed in the federal court system.
Okay, and so now let's talk about family cases. What kind of family cases do you do?
We do all uncontested and contested divorces.
So we need divorce.
Yeah, and we try very hard in our negotiations and our good work to get cases settled, but sometimes there's just 2 people fighting over custody or property, and we step in the courtroom, have phenomenal results in litigation.
So uncontested is when they agree?
Yeah, that means there's no disputed issues, and often the proof of that is there's a contract or settlement agreement that we craft up and draft and do that, and there's a period of negotiation, but once everything is settled, signed, it's considered an uncontested divorce. And those are much quicker and the fees are much lower, which is a good thing. I do want to add that we do a lot of custody and visitation law for folks that are married or not married. So that affects both groups.
Okay. All right. And what sets your firm apart from others doing this type of service, do you think?
Yeah.
Because you've been in business a long time.
Yeah, we're 20 years this year.
Well,
hard to believe it.
congratulations. Yeah. Quite an achievement, actually.
Yeah, I've been a faculty at Regent University, and I've taught law classes. I also had a career prior to law that gave me a really strong competitive advantage. I had 2 business degrees, worked 15 years at United Parcel Service. So we take a very strong, organized, efficient approach to law. And the unique about our practice is our speed. And that's important. If you're drowning in debt, you have a phenomenally bad divorce situation, you want an attorney that'll represent you zealously, but also get the work done in a very quick, timely manner. So we do have commitments where we turn the paperwork around and do a lot of our agreements, our bankruptcy processing, almost all cases in 20 days. So that's unique.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, and the other thing, we are committed to the individual. We love people, we love helping people, and on every legal matter, we have a very good payment plan. Unique in the divorce practice, I don't charge hourly billing. If someone has a case, I should have the skills to assess that case, the reward, the risk, but I give them a fee quote for whatever we're hired to do, and I typically allow anywhere from 5 to 10 payments. And people really appreciate that, when they're low on their budget and they have other priorities. So the payment plan arrangement is very unique in the field of law.
Okay. All right. Well, that certainly sounds like something some people could certainly take advantage of. All right. So if someone is interested in discussing a case with you, what is the process that they go through?
Well, it's a meeting called a consultation.
Yeah.
And that can be arranged at any of our 5 offices, and we do late hours, we do Saturdays, really accommodate people's schedules. But we offer a free consultation. We're not going to have you pay for us to assess your case, to give our recommendation to you. And it's at that meeting, too. You never walk out of that meeting unless you've had every single question answered. We also do a written payment plan that we review with the client. And on our bankruptcy prices, we guarantee the best price, too, along with our quick turnaround and payment plan.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you've thought of everything.
Well, it's trial by error. I know
20 years.
You're a businessman, but we're phenomenally proud of our service record. We're so honored and privileged to have hundreds and hundreds of referrals a year. It means a lot to us. And we've made every effort to practice by the golden rule and to treat each case as if it's our own. And it's really paid off with the referrals, the satisfaction of doing excellent work. We've been rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. We're very proud of that. And we've never had an ethical complaint in 2 decades of practice.
Well, that's fantastic. It's something to be proud of. Let me ask you, is there something that I didn't touch on? Because we talked about family, we talked about bankruptcy, and certainly the differences between you and some other firms. And is there something else that you wanted to say before we wrap this up?
The last thing I'll say is that I serve 2 roles in the firm. I meet with a lot of clients. I have a great staff. We have 11 people, and they're phenomenally trained, well-versed in both areas of law, but I would say I'm the gatekeeper. I look at every single file a couple times to make sure we're doing a phenomenal job on our turnaround time. I call that the speed. And also that our work is outstanding, maintain the highest standards of quality and getting results for the client. They've hired me to do that. And so I always take a very active practice with my law firm.
So you're real hands-on.
Yeah, very hands-on. Sometimes I need a 3rd and 4th hand.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Okay, well, if you have a need, bankruptcy, you're considering that, or just have questions, or maybe you have a family matter that you would like a consultation on, David has 5 locations. I'm sure you could find one near you throughout the Hampton Roads area. The contact information is at the end of this video, and it's at the bottom of this page. I thank you very much for coming in. 20 years, something to be proud of, and I wish you much continued success.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Well,
thank you very much,
All
and
right.
have a great day yourself.
All right, thanks.
Bye.